Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today is Sunday Comics with Amazing Adventures featuring the Beast. This is Amazing Adventures number 11, and this is the issue where Hank McCoy, the human-looking Hank McCoy, transforms into a hairy gorilla Wookiee-looking thing. Hey, so let's acknowledge the chat. We got Devil Flyer Momentum. How you doing? Hail John. Thank you. Thanks for coming. How you doing? The Beast is my favorite gray beast. Yes. I thought about this when I had Dan Lawless on my channel. We were talking about the, coloring in comics. And I said, I always, the blue beast, like I always knew that he wasn't blue. He was supposed to be black, but the limited coloring palette made it so that they had to turn him blue, but he was supposed to be like gray or black, So get ready for Amazing Adventure. Oh, I skipped over that too fast. Yeah, Dan is great. You're absolutely right. Dan is great. Dan Lawless. Oh man, I could have talked to him all night long. I got really, really nervous. I don't know why. Sometimes I get irrationally nervous, and I'm so pleasantly pleased. Like Dan, I hit it off gangbusters. I say this. Oh, excuse me. I say this and it sounds insincere, but I mean it 100% sincere. Like after like an hour-long conversation with people on my channel, I always feel like we're friends. Like I don't know. I'm weird that way. That's all it takes for a man to decide you're friends. Just like an hour-long conversation. Do you ever see that Henry Cavill? Yeah, Dan is an easy interview. Yes. I made it tough at first because I was intimidated, but then he put me at ease. You ever see that? Hey, Marcus Kellegrew, how you doing? Do you ever see that? Too much coffee. Did you ever see that Henry Cavill interview when he says something about he's on a panel? It's him and the interviewer and the blonde girl from The Witcher. And he says something about a Warhammer, and then the interviewer goes, "What army do you run?" And I don't even know what army he says. And the other guy goes, "I'm Tyranids." And then they both like look at each other after the interview, and somebody says, "Yeah, that's all it takes for men to become friends." Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. So if I'm not even joking. Everybody that I've ever had these conversations, and that's why I call them conversations, because I don't call them interviews, because I don't feel like I'm interviewing people. Like I feel like it's a conversation among friends. That's why I used to just say live chat with, but it evolved into conversations. Marcus, I didn't get a notice for Dan's interview. Sorry, it's okay, Marcus. Marcus is my moderator. He's excellent. He's quick on the upbeat. Quick to put in a link. Abrax says good morning. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I don't get, because I got my phone right next to me, just to not goof, but I just to see if if notifications pop up. I'm having a real difficult time talking. George Bonnie is reading The Ultimate Blood Honey. Cool. Good for you. I just got the Blood Honey toys. I should have done an unboxing. I guess I still can, because I still have them, but I guess it's not as topical. I love listening to Dan. Yeah, he was really great. Go watch that interview, everybody. Interview. Now I'm calling it an interview. Go watch that conversation with Dan Lawless. He was awesome. All right, so I guess now I'm pretty sure that everybody could hear me, everybody could see me. So let's talk about this. This is Amazing Adventures featuring the Beast. It says on the bottom here, lo, a beast is born. And look at this. Look at this art over here. This is Gil Kane, and I can't see who the inker is. But look at that, just great. It's funny. Sometimes I love Gil Kane cover. Yes, you said it just as I said it. Gil Kane cover. But I'm fumbling on the inker. Usually I could tell. Is DC? Who is it? I can't even. Maybe it's inside. But Gil Kane cover. Okay, and look at this. I love these ads. Okay, I got 7 people in the chat. Let me ask, how do you guys feel about CGC Comics? I seem to be in the minority. I'm kind of against it. Comic books are meant to be read, experienced, smelt, fingered through, looked at, and I understand if you're money orientated and if that's all you're thinking about. Like, I don't have any children, but I know when I die, if tomorrow my wife and I explode in a bed landmine accident, I know all my nieces and nephews are just going to take my comics and they're going to CGC them and get as much money as, because they're not addicted. But people who love comics, I don't understand CGCing them. It's just, they're no longer comic books. But what do you guys think? What am I a crazy person? Well, yes, I am a crazy person, but on that opinion, what do you think? And I had to go to Desiree's Bagels today because I have no coffee in the house. And I picked up a wonderful bagel, picked up my wife an egg bagel with tomato, scallion, cream cheese, and crispy bacon. She's upstairs in a coma right now because their food there is so good. Okay, so now let's look at the Beast. Marcus, all right, I got one person on my team. Don't like CGC comics. They're not comics anymore. That's why I say slabs. Once you slab them, a comic book is something that you pick up and read. A CGC is something that you show people. I don't understand it. So let's look at the credits over here. Stan Lee, A New Era in Graphic Art, as created by Jerry Conway and Tom Sutton, artist, and Sid Shore's inker and Sam Rosen letterers. Did they tell you who the colorist? No, I guess this has no colorer. CGC serves their purpose, but should be used sparingly. Excellent. That's Dirty Old Fatty. We just became best friends. I agree with you, and I will say this: when my comic comes out, when I will CGC a few, because it's my comic, I want to preserve it and I want to hang it up on the wall as like a memento to hard work and something, like a dream come true. Every issue, I'm going to have like one CGC copy for myself. I hope everybody could understand. And is that hypocritical? I don't know. But I'm also going to have long boxes full of other comics to sell, and to cherish and to read and to look through. So yes, it serves a purpose, but it should be used sparingly. I agree. And I'm not stupid. If I happen to go to a garage sale and they have a copy of Detective 27 or Action Comics #1, and I manage to pick it up for a song, I am going to CGC that and sell it tomorrow and never work a day in my life because and then I could just do comic books. So yes. I hope Dirty Fatty, I hope you understand that. And what does Abrax say? They turn comics into trading cards. It's exactly what they do. Worse than that, they turn them into commodities. They turn them into stocks. They turn them into bonds. It's speculator at the highest and worst part because, Bill Everett on Cover Inks. Thank you, Devil Momentum. Hey, Lacey Lee, good to see you. How you and Abrax? I assume you're watching on different phones in the same house, enjoying coffee up there in the cold. Yeah, is it cold? It's a rainy day today, and it's threatening to be a big storm. So we got Tom Sutton over here drawing the Beast. So look at that. He looks more like a werewolf, doesn't that? I don't know. I like that so much better than this blue Beast, and it's one of those things where the limitations of the printing process changed it. And look at this. Good storytelling over here. You could just see what this creature is doing. Oh, and I picked up this series. I remember, where was I? I think I was at New York Comic Con, and I was going through the back issue boxes. This was, I don't know how many years ago. And I saw Amazing Adventures #1. Was that? No. I'm getting Astounding Tales mixed up with the Inhumans and Jack Kirby. And I was like, oh, a new Jack Kirby series? I don't know anything about, but I'm getting the series mixed up. Okay. Wow. A lot of comments today. Slab the keys would you wish to sell for the highest price sparingly? Yeah, I agree. I'm also going to say, if you make your own comic book, you could slab a few for yourselves, as a memento, like my comic Heroic Tales #1. I'm going to slab a few, just myself. And if I'll make stretch goal or whatever. If anybody wants to CGC, I don't know. I'm thinking about stuff like that. Lacey Lee is the coffee maker. Yeah, this is early Tom Sutton. Early Tom Sutton. Hey, Lacey. Hey, Lacey. Although Graham Nolan did really well selling his comics CGC. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I got to talk to him about how to do that. You know, I got to talk. You know, I don't know. Let me ask you. I got 8 people to chat. Would anybody be interested in buying CGC of my comic? You know, I'm all new at this. I'm not adverse to making comics, and if the customers want them CGC, who am I? You know, give the customers what they want. So the Beast is just going into this genetic research area and you know, beating the crap out of people. And I like this cold opening because it's so far nowhere did it say Hank McCoy. And if you were like me, a crazy person, one backer got a perfect 10. Wow, that is awesome. Now, my question is, Devil Flyer, who said that? Like Marcus and Devil Flyer, maybe you guys know. Why would I pay Graham Nolan to CGC the Chenoo when I could buy it from him and then CGC it myself? You know, like, or I don't know, do you get a group rate if he sent 100 over or something like that, and then he was able to sell them based on the number? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm understanding as I talk myself through it. So this comic, it's just a cold open. We just have this horrific monster, this gray furry demonic beast just running around, but nowhere did it say Hank McCoy yet. You know, so we're just watching him jump around and beat everybody up. You know, we're seeing his thoughts, but he's not saying, like, he's not even talking like the Hank McCoy from the X-Men. Oh, and as I was saying, if you're like me, and then I said fat, crazy, and ugly, I didn't have a lot of access to the X-Men growing up. I remember the first X-Men comic I ever saw. I think it was the first X-Men comic I ever saw was 119. It was them with Moses Magnum, and a friend had it. And then the first X-Men comic I ever bought was X-Men 114. So, you know, it was months old at the time. It was in a 7-Eleven, so it must have just been sitting on the shelf forever. So I bought X-Men 114, but the first X-Men I ever read was 119. And you know, I was floored. First off, this is John Byrne, Chris Claremont doing the X-Men at the height of their powers. Great comics. And you know, I was like, I got to get this. And it was hard to find. I guess the X-Men didn't sell in my area. You know, it wasn't until like the Dark Phoenix saga before it became, like, you know, real popular, and then forget about it. It just, you know, we all understand how the X-Men just became a juggernaut. So I didn't know who the Beast was because I was already collecting the Avengers, you know, around 150 up, and Hank McCoy, the blue furry beast, was in it, and I didn't know he was an X-Men character. You know, for all I knew, he was the Avengers character, original Avengers character. And then when I read the X-Men, I was like, oh, it's the same character, but he had like 2 different personalities. In that George Perez era of the Avengers, he was happy-go-lucky, girls liked him. He wasn't mopey, complaint, and that's what turned me off of the X-Men after a while. I stopped collecting the X-Men. I'm going to say around 210. You know, and I've since bought full runs because I'm a crazy person, but I quit buying it monthly because the X-Men just complained we're not being treated right as they're blowing up buildings and attacking people and assaulting police officers and, you know, using their powers to get what they want, and then complaining that people don't like mutants. I just couldn't stand the hypocrisy of the X-Men. So, okay. So he and Chuck signed the Joe Frankenstein books. See, I'm thinking about doing that. I guess this is a good point to plug. I opened up memberships on my channel, and I only have one tier. It's $4.99 a month, and I get $3.50 out of it. You know, it's not a lot of money, and I only have 2 people that actual members of my channel. War Duke and I think Jeff Hatcher are the only 2 members, and thank you guys. And if you are a member of my channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bunch of my comics, and I'm going to mail a bunch to Renzo. And then, of course, he's going to keep a few. I'll mail a few to Oscar, the colorist, and he's going to keep a few. But I'm going to have Renzo sign them and mail them back to me. and then I'm going to sign them, and then I'm going to mail those to my members. So far, only 2 people are getting those. You know, I I I feel bad self-promoting, I don't mind promoting my comic book, but, just promoting me, I feel like an OnlyFans girl. Guys wanna see, should I give you pictures of my feet? How about that? You want feet pics? That I could do with a good clean conscience. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then maybe I'll take a couple and I'll CGC them. How's that? Does that sound like a good idea? Okay, that sounds like a good idea. All right. Yes, Sid Shore's on the inks. If you had an action number one, you would be stupid to. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Uh, my first beast was Avengers 147. Yeah, how old are you, Devil Flyer? Because seems I think 150 is around where I say I got introduced to the Beast, and that was the comic that got you collecting. What a great era of Avengers! I around Avengers 150 to Avengers 200. Oh my God, 50 issues of amazing comic books. Oh, thank you, Devil Flyer. You've been killing it with the interviews lately. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah, it's funny that you said that because right before I went live, my friend Jimmy, and you could see Jimmy in my V&V Villains and Vigilantes session 2. You could see him. He's sitting on the right of Roy, the guy who Roy is Dark Alchemy. He has his own YouTube channel. He's a professional photographer, and he came over and recorded a role playing session. My friend Jimmy was sitting next to him. Jimmy and I have been role playing since 3rd grade. But anyway, he just messaged me and said he's been watching my interview. He's not so much into comics lately, so he's not really following my channel. But he's been watching the talks, and he says that they're a lot of fun. Thank you, Devil Flyer. Thank you. You're my favorite person. Beast feet. Yeah, I got beast feet. Oh, you're 58 years old. Yeah, I just turned 55 last week or 2 weeks ago. Same as Dan. Bill Tucci is 58 as well. Wow, I'm the same age as Billy Tucci. Man, that guy's got the health, the fountain of youth. I guess you know what it is. Billy Tucci, as he gets older, my beard gets longer and grayer. So I am like his Dorian Gray. The Beast has a beef. Okay, so I'm getting distracted because I'm easily distracted. 9 people, these Sunday comics are picking up. 9 people is a lot for me. So thank you, everybody. And I'm really glad I did this. I was going to nope out because I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it today. But you make a commitment, you got to stick to it. But I'm good. I'm glad I did it because you guys gave me ideas with the CGC stuff. Uh, I don't want to sound crude, but I want to make a couple of bucks, and I have a full-time job. My full-time job pays for everything, and I'm laying out the money to make the first comic out of my full-time job. But the money that I raise crowdfunding is for to reimburse myself and then go forward with more comics. So if I could make a couple of extra dollars from willing customers, I don't want to trick anybody. I'm not going to do anything underhanded, and that's why I'm kind of like soul searching. Is this right to do? Like I hired Pat Broderick to do a variant cover. As much as I don't like variant covers, it kind of is a dream come true because John Byrne, George Perez, and Pat Broderick are like 2 or 3 of my favorite superhero artists. 2 of them are unavailable. Not that Pat Broderick was my 3rd choice. That sounds mean, but so I am making a Fund My Comic exclusive Pat Broderick cover. How's that? I brought Giant Size X-Men 1 off the stands. Cool. That is awesome. What that Star Wars girl did and make a calendar of all the gnarly. That's funny. I'd sell one to Lacey Lee. Yeah. Hank McCoy named in that panel on the desk. Oh, yes. Way to go, Marcus. Yeah, absolutely. Good call. What's a good call? What is a good call? My mind is racing because man, this coffee over at Desert, I don't know what brand they use, but it's not as strong as that Cafe Bustelo, but I'm kind of zipping. I got Baron Broderick's Bronze Star. It was great. Yeah, well, that's why I got the courage to ask Pat Broderick, because I had Mike Baron on my channel a couple of times, and it's how lucky, how happy, how blessed, whatever good descriptor you want to use. Mike Barrett, on my birthday, I get a message, not a group chat, not one of those generic Facebook things, but an actual typed, I am from Mike Barrett. Happy birthday, John. And I'm like, how the hell am I on a first name basis with the legendary Mike Barron? But that's how cool Comicsgate is. The guys are friendly. The creators like their fans. The fans are approachable. So we started talking, and I thanked him, and then I asked him, is it okay to approach Pat? He's like, yeah, Pat's a professional. You want to hire him? That's what he does. And then I felt silly, so I approached him, and he was so nice, so professional, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. And I don't want to bug him. I don't want to be. Oh, good call on. Okay, way to go, Marcus, on the good call on the giant size X-Men. All right. So Beast is beating the crap out of him. Oh, Marcus is 58 as well. And for those of you who do not know, Marcus, I'm so mad. I forgot to send you the script. All right, I'll try to get it. But me and Marcus are doing a test run. I'm going to send him an 8-page script for Unheroic Tales. It's going to be a backup as a stretch goal. If my comic does well, and I could fund it, I'll pay Marcus, and he's going to draw a back 8-page backup of Unheroic Tales. It'll be the origin of one of the bad guys in the comic. And minor spoilers. There's going to be the mayor is going to be a villain. I mean, come on, man. We got to have an evil politician. So my comic is mostly going to be set in Science City. Science City will be a new city designed and built by Philip Manning, who hired Ian Strange as the architect. Well, Ian Strange designed this city that uses all the solar power so it has moving sidewalks. It has like hydroponic plants and everything like that, all at like a net zero cost. He's just this environmental good guy. He's not like a super progressive that just wants to destroy cars or anything like that. And he also uses the energy harnessed by ley lines, to power the city and everything like that. So it is a scientific marvel. And then Philip Manning hired, is the industrialist who actually builds Science City. And of course, Philip Manning scripts on materials costs and changes things out. So Science City is the city of the future. The perfect city is flawed. So it kind of brings out the crazy in people. And that's why you have like guys like Boss Moxie dressing up like a 30s gangster, running around robbing people and robbing banks in broad daylight. And that's and other villains whose names I don't want to spoil, like showing up, and that's why superheroes need to patrol, because the city itself is. I got the idea from Gotham City. Like, what is it about Gotham City that attracts villains or whatever? So anyway, what the hell am I even talking about? Why did I bring this up? Why did I even bring this up? I don't even know. I got excited. Mike gave you his email. Yeah. Mike is so approachable. And man, if you go to look at my first conversation with Mike, it was a disaster because I was so intimidated, so nervous, And then Mike asked to come back. Will you book me on Fund My Comic, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or other? I'm going to debut. I don't know if it's going to be a 30-day or 60-day exclusive to Fund My Comic. What I like is, I'm doing the pre-page. It's up for review right now because I want to start getting them an email list going. So I put up a bare bones minimum on Fund My Comic. Luke Stone is review it. I don't know how long the review process is, and then I could start collecting emails. It'll be on Fund My Comic. So, but when it's done, I'm gonna go Indiegogo. And then when that's done, I'm going to go Kickstarter. Why? Because of a little bit of this. Let's be honest. I want to make money because there's some people who won't go to Fund My Comic, and there's some people who won't go to Indiegogo, and there's some people who won't go to Kickstarter. So what's wrong? And I don't trust Indiegogo, and I don't trust Kickstarter not to shadow ban me. So I'm going to go on Fund My Comics, which I know will not shadow ban me. It will not, persecute me or whatever. Like, so I could just send that direct link to everybody, and then the crazy people that hate Comicsgate or whatever, maybe they'll buy it on Indiegogo, maybe they'll buy it on Kickstarter. Because I want Mark Waid to buy my comic. I want Heather Antos to buy my comic. My new book will be on. Oh, really, Devil Flyer? Devil Flyer, message me on on Twitter. We'll talk. We'll send me your links and everything like that. Just be myself. I'm trying. A couple of days for review. Thank you. Okay, good. So I forgot what I was talking about. My city, but I don't know. I'm excited, guys. Forgive me. I'm excited. So here we got the beast running around. He's breaking into a lab, and at this point, they're setting it up so that it's supposed to be. We don't know if he's a hero or a villain or what. But right here is the first time we see that his name is Hank McCoy. So he's breaking into his own lab. I think it's the Indiegogo and FOMO. Yeah, a lot of the same customers. Yeah, Kickstarter is its own beast. So that's why I'm going to do Kickstarter last. I don't have let's face it. The superhero is the patriarch. His power is the male gaze, which is kind of funny. He's happily married, father of 7 children, and you won't. It's not in your face, but he's very religious. His wife is very religious. He's a not a like devout has like bad connotations, but he's a good Christian in the best sense of the world. Like, even if you're an atheist, forgive me, guys. Even if you're an atheist and your next door neighbor was a Christian like the patriarch, you'd be like, that guy is a cool guy. I like, you know what I mean? Because he's not preachy, he's not self-righteous, and he is a good superhero. There's nothing sinister about him, but he's human and he's flawed. So he does have problems, but the problems aren't because of like sinister reasons that he wants to trick you. He has problems because he's a guy with 7 kids, who's in the public eye, who has superpowers. The government is a little wonky about superpowered people, as you would imagine in the real world, and whatever. I'm just excited. I'm getting really excited because it's happening. It's really happening. So here we got the beast. Forgive me for not talking about this comic, but you guys really, thank you so much for being such a great chat group, great audience. And now I just got emotional. A wave of emotion just hit me. I'm very emotional. I like to pretend I'm logical, but my wife laughs at me every once in a while because I just read Junkyard Joe. And if you could read issue number 2 and not get teary-eyed, oh my God, did that comic tug at my heartstrings? Oh my God, Junkyard Joe issue number 2, the panel. Oh my God, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. I love these. Did anybody get tricked by this? The Columbia Records scam? Anybody? I fell for this twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a freaking moron. So there we go. I'm a freaking moron. Some good records though. So now it's revealed that he's Hank McCoy, the Beast. His security systems aren't recognizing him as Hank McCoy, the Beast. And now, boom, we got the X-Men. And look at this. Is the X-Men in there? I love this costume. I love this Marvel Girl costume. Cyclops. I am probably the only person in the world that's still a Cyclops fan. Say something in the chat if you're a Scott Summers fan. I always like Scott Summers. I like Scott Summers and I like Black Bolt for the reason of that they are cursed with power. Cyclops, for those of you who do not know, he has these eye beams, and they're not hot. They're not heat vision, Gail Simone. It's not funny. Knock it off. The tide is turning, Gail Simone, and whatever. I don't like Gail Simone. I think she's a fair weather friend. She's a piece of driftwood that will float in the breeze. Now that she sees that the tide is turning, she's trying to be like, oh, I've always loved comics and I'm such a great comic book fan, and we got to help the stores. Meanwhile, a year ago she was in on the cancel pig parade. She's a rat jumping on a sinking ship. End of rant. But anyway, here's Scott Summers. For those of you who do not know, he is a mutant with the ability to shoot force blasts. He shoots power blasts out of his head. When he stares at you and unleashes the power beams, it's like getting hit with a truck. It's concussive force. It doesn't explode. It's not hot. Although in a few panels they had it melting, I think of that was just like the artist not understanding. But he shoots these power blasts and he can't control them. The only thing that can control his power blast is his own skin and these ruby quartz visors for reasons that were stupidly explained in the Marvel universe. Don't explain it, they just work. That's the way it should be in comic books. And he banged his head when he was a kid. His parents threw him out of a burning airplane with the parachute, and the parachute was on fire, so it kind of like snapped, and he fell and he banged his head, and him and his brother lost the ability to control his powers. You DM me on X. Okay, cool. I will respond. I got a lot of things to do. I got to do some home repairs today, but I'll respond to you in a day or two, Devil Flyer. Don't, if you got a campaign coming out soon, I would love to help you. As Matt Barr says, everybody grab an oar. Everybody grab an oar, and I absolutely agree. I still get emotional over the death of Captain Marvel issue, and I barely know that graph. You're talking about the graphic novel. That is emotional. That is really emotional. There's a couple of really emotional comics, which is a good idea for a topic. Thank you, Lacey. You just gave me a good idea. Bondage Beast. Up here. There's bondage in comics go all the way back to like Wonder Woman. So anyway, Scott Summers banged his head. He lost the ability to blast his eyes. So he needs to control it. He needs to control it. So he gets an unfair reputation. He's constantly worried about the majesty and power of his eye beams. Like if looks could kill, he personifies that. He could destroy you if he loses control. If he slightly forgets his glasses, or if he's sleeping and he opens his eyes. Why he doesn't sleep with like a ruby quartz, face mask? Maybe he does. I don't know. So he's always a stick in the mud. If in my role-playing games, he would be training in will constantly to control himself. And I think if I was to write, maybe Chris Claremont explained it, that's why I think he always finds himself attracted to telepaths, because they could penetrate his mind and read his thoughts and see the emotions that he's keeping bottled up, and I would say that because of his relationships with telepaths, Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, and then Phoenix, it was wholesome. It was beautiful. They were a sweet couple. You really rooted for them. And then when she came Dark Phoenix, I would say if I took over the X-Men, that the Dark Phoenix persona really started to mess with his mind, and that's what caused him to become like a dick. That's what caused him to become the wife. The deadbeat dad. Even though Madeline Pryor was the Goblin Queen or whatever, he still left her when he thought he had a kid. And then that brought him to Emma Frost, who started messing with them. And I would have a total redemption arc for Cyclops. Total redemption arc that that it was all of this telepaths messing with his mind. Because Dark Phoenix was evil for a while. Yeah. Now he's getting to put a chick in it, make it gay and lame, Who is the artist and inker? Hey, John DeVoist. This is let's go back since we got new people. This is Tom Sutton, artist, and Sid Shores, the inker. The cover is by Bill Everett and Gil Kane and Bill Everett. So let's get back to this. I love this era when they had these individual costumes. Yeah, On the Moon. Yep. Devil Fly. Hell John. Oh, John DeVoist. Okay. Yes. So let's get back over here. And I still find Xavier is one of the creepiest characters in all of comic books. I just love this costume. It's so wonderfully like Bronze Age. And this Angel costume is just awesome. The Beast costume is kind of generic, but that's fine. It works. And then we got Hank McCoy, who I always loved. I loved he was brains and brawn. I just thought that was so cool. And here they are. The X-Men are going their separate ways, and one of them's going to learn into drafting. And now we go for all the Borg stuff. Hank's going for a job. Remember, he's a genius. Meets a sexy chick. Meets the suave scientist with the lame leg, and of course they fight because you got to set up the J. Jonah Jameson relationship, the surly boss, which we could all relate to. He totally asked for it with Madeline Pryor, and they never did redeem him. What do you mean by that? Like, yes, he was a jerk with Madeline Pryor. Yes, that issue when what was it? X Force One. I I was it X Force One? No. X Factor. Which issue was it when he left? I think it was X Factor One is when he left. Is when he left Madeline Pryor, and I never forgave him for that. Like he just diminished in my eyes, and I never recovered for that. But it's comic books, so we it's not retcons. If retcons is just like when you totally mess with it and it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know, maybe it is a retcon, but whatever. I would say that they found out that he has brain damage from all of these relationships with evil telepaths, and maybe they didn't do it on purpose, whatever. But and I would also establish that reading people's minds does cause like micro scarring at a psychic level, and that's another reason why Xavier and all of these telepaths shouldn't be using their powers willy-nilly, because it's like sandpaper. You do a little brush, it ain't a that, but if you keep doing it, yeah, look at that flex. Look at that flex over here. What was that flex? Let's go back. Check that out. Look at that. He's a beast. He's a beast. Yes, and he's never been the same after that. He's never been the same. Yeah, he's been a jerk. He's been a jerk. I agree with you. So we got to have the surly boss, the hot chick. It works. It works in comic books. So now he's going on dates with this girl. Look at that. You're going drives on Moonlight Drive with Jim Morrison in the Doors. Little bit of romance. Again, I never had a problem with a little bit of romance in a comic book. It's not like they got to be, but they opened up with some superheroic actions. Now, right after he's jumping around in his generic dentist office comic book costume, it still works. What does he say? Put a block in his mind and he would lose his eye power. Yeah. Well, would Cyclops be happy? He would probably be happy to lose his eye power. It's probably like him and Rogue. Like I was gonna say the same thing with Black Bolt. Black Bolt is will personified, because Black Bolt is even worse than Cyclops, because his quasi scream is even more destructive. And he could just like get punched in the stomach and make it oof. So here's the beast just jumping around. Good old time. He just got some loving. I don't know about you guys, but when I get some loving, I want to go lay down on the couch. But when you're the beast, you get some loving, you want to do some parkour on the building. And now he's at work, and he's working in the field of genetic mutation. He's trying to find the cause of mutants, and he's brilliant. So of course this guy is jealous and intimidated by his intellect, and he's also selling secrets on the side. Happy beast. Yes, he's a happy beast. And what does he say? Try that kiss with the Rogue. Yeah, I know. I always laughed. I always thought that, like, given Rogue's powers, I always thought she dressed inappropriately. Like, Rogue should be dressed like a Muslim woman with the headscarf and everything like that, because and then like in the bikini once in a while, because she's tired of it. But like, she's very irresponsible. If your touch could literally kill, you should be careful. So now that scientist is going to sell his chemical mutation formula that he isolated this cause of mutation. So he knows that they're coming to get it. So he's like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what happened. The chemical that changes in hours could change back again just by taking another drink. So he's gonna drink this mutation formula, and it turns him into this beast. So I know they kind of retcon this to say that it's secondary mutations, like you mutate and then you can mutate again. And then he turned it to the cat beast, which I just could not stand, that cat beast look. So he transformed into this beast. So he's more agile and even more strong. So over here, I'd say I'm gonna guess that that Hank could maybe bench press 1,000 pounds, but I think in this form he could do like 5,000 pounds or something like that. You know, I think they cataloged it in the Marvel universe. Yeah, it's a Jekyll and Hyde. It's a Jekyll and Hyde thing. I think the story probably would have worked better with a non-mutant because he was already a mutant. You know, but you know, if they wanted to do a formula, but I think they just wanted to vamp up the Beast, and you know what? It worked. It worked. The Beast, I think, became a better character, all furry and everything like that. So now he's oh, I almost knocked over my coffee. Now he's all furry, and you know, what am I doing? What am I trying to prove? Oh no, oh, you know, I gotta get out of here. You know, there's no way to make the antidote in time. You know, because once the clock's now he's trapped. Yeah, because he wasted time. So now he can't make the antidote. So now he's got to get revenge. Look, just smash the dude. No, I don't have any friends, medics. Only enemies like the Beast. And it's perfect. His name is the Beast, and he looks like a beast. And I love this. I just love the limitations of the color. You know, a lot of purple. Like back then, everybody wore purple pants. Why did everybody wear purple pants? Because of the limitations of the color and, you know, blue jeans and blue jackets. They had to have another, you know, I just laugh. I always thought that would be funny to get like a bunch of comic book fans together and we all wear purple pants, you know, wear purple pants and yellow shirts. Like how weird would that look? So, you know, they're all fighting. And I love this background. It's just yellow. Why is it yellow? Why not? You know, you don't need it. Our mind is filling in the blanks over here. You know, just look at it. It looks like he's in a mosh pit, just beating up everybody, And what is he doing? He's doing the Silver Surfer. He's doing the Peter Parker. Why always me? The Ben Grimm. Oh, the world. Oh, yeah. What if the Beast kept mutating? Yes, that was a what if, right? What if the Beast kept mutating? All hands, all feet. Yeah, he would. Oh man, what if the Beast did feet pics on OnlyFans? He would. Oh, Beast of the Savage Land, Devil Flyer. Why aren't you working at Marvel? That would be awesome. The Beast of the Savage Land. So kill him. You know, and he's just laughing at them, and you know, he's strangling. He's coming to because I will strangle him. Why? Because that's not true. So they were hinting that he had like a more bestial nature, and he had a healing factor. In the next issue, he gets shot, and the wound is healed by the end of the issue. And you know, so he's like running off. What am I doing? What am I doing? And here, what happened? His girlfriend, is the head of the spies. So she was being a honey trap. Ta-da! The Beast doesn't know it. And now to kill an Avenger, you know, and why is he going to kill an Avenger? Because Iron Man is called in to investigate this break-in because it's like a subsidiary of Stark Enterprises. And I always love to look at the letter pages. Amazing mails. Richard, Mark Smith, okay, and early Arnold Schwarzenegger, whom I can't stand anymore because he said "F your freedom." So, was that a what if? Yes. What if the Beast kept mutating? That is where they moved the Beast to what? Oh, I see. The chicks did like the blue fur. Yes. Marcus remembers that in the Avengers, Wonder Man, Simon Williams, and Hank McCoy, the Beast, they were like chick magnets. They were always going around getting dates, and Hank was like naming off a list of girls that were like lining up to hit on him. And the story is that one of the writers or editors at Marvel was just like, wouldn't a Beast smell? You know, would you want to be around him? Wouldn't he smell like whatever? And one of the girls that was working there, either colorist or whatever, she's like, oh no, he's so cute. I would love to go out with him and just pet him. And that just sparks like, wow, and then another girl's like, oh yeah, he would be so cool. It's like going out with a big friendly dog. And next thing you know, that's started the story's idea of like the Beast as the chick magnet. So there you go. This is Amazing Adventures featuring the Beast. This is the first appearance of the Blue Beast. And yes, he was supposed to be gray and black, which I think is better. And then because of the limitations of the coloring, they made him blue, and then they officially made him blue, kind of like Superman's blue hair. You know, we all understood Superman didn't have blue hair, which I thought was a great touch for the Samaritan over Kurt Busiek's Astro City. The Samaritan, when he transforms, his hair turns blue, which is a nice nod. But why not? Hulk was great too. Why not bring back the Gray Beast? Yes, yes, yes. I you know, with limitations, I'm not a fan of like turning back the clock and erasing other people's work. So I don't know if I would bring back the Gray Beast, like they would ever hire me to write the Avengers. And oh, here's a good question: would any of you guys, Devil Flyer, would any of you guys, Marcus, would any of you guys work for Marvel if they offered you a job right now? Um, I don't know if I would. It was my dream job to write for Marvel as a kid, and now I don't know if I want to. I'm like really excited making my own comic. Maybe I would just to like say I did it, but I don't know if I would want to. Um, what do we got here? I asked Lee why they made Beast lose his hair at X Factor because they're trying to restore the old X-Men. That was it. They wanted to bring back the old X-Men. Hell no, make your own. I totally agree. He has to be the Beast is bald. Oh, okay. Yes, I want to make my own comics. Like I said, I am 100% issue number 1 is going to happen. I put a tentative launch date as March 1st. I'd fund my comic because you have to put a date in order to get it approved. So, that'll give me a month or two to get a email list, and I think you guys can understand it's safer to put it back to get more time. So that's what I'm doing. And I said delivery date in October, but I might change it. I don't know, because you have to put down dates. Um, but Luke said, don't worry about it. Everything can be edited up until the time that you launch. So there we go. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything you want to say? Anything? Bueller. I'm waiting for logos. And then once I get the logos, I'm going to start full steam ahead. Full steam ahead, making swag. I want to make coins. I want to make pint glass. I want to make T-shirts. So I'm going to start like pricing out all the stuff. But I got to wait for the logo. So the logos are holding me up. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to say? This is funny. That insert head of the beast sucks. Yeah. Right over here. That is kind of funny. Yes, I agree. I'm not sure. You're not sure about what? I don't follow. Maybe you talk. I prefer the Gray Beast. Yes, I do. I like it better. I always understood that blue was just a stand-in for black and gray, and even like purple. Sometimes they did the Black Panther with like purple highlights. I understood that was gray. I understood that was limitations of coloring. What else? Anything? I've been jammering for 48 minutes. Oh, Matt's here. Hey, Matt, how you doing? For those of you who don't know, this is Matt Bear, great guy, buddy of mine. I already quoted you earlier, Matt, when I said everybody grab an oar, and I firmly believe that. Grab an oar, everybody. It doesn't hurt to help out everybody else in Comicsgate. I think that's a real important thing. And like I was saying, I think it's beautiful. I was getting emotional earlier, Matt, talking about how everybody Comicsgate helps everybody, and I don't think it's a secret, but I'm sending Matt a couple of scripts for ads. I want to do some fun ads in my comic. The last couple of pages will be fun ads. I don't want to give away the joke, but I'm trying to make my comic look as much as like a Bronze Age Marvel as possible. And you need fake ads. Well, they were real back then, but they'll be fake now. And I want to do a letters page. So if anybody would like, open invitation, if anybody would like to write a letters page, a letter to my comic to be published in Heroic Tales, it'll be called Heroic Mails, #1. Please do. And Matt, I'm sorry I didn't send you the scripts yet. I'm a poopy pants. I'm sorry about that. Matt Bear, great guy. I'm so happy to be in Comicsgate. I like the gray and blue. I just love the Beast. Yeah, he's a great character. He's a fun character. I hate the Cat Beast. Yes, I did not like the Cat Beast. That was after my time. I quit reading Marvel in 2015. No, the Cat Beast was before that. That was Grant Morrison. I quit reading the X-Men before that, but I've since I bought a bunch of runs on eBay because I'm crazy. Hey, Bucky's here. Everybody, Bucky748. He has his own channel. If you like wrestling, and Bucky talks a lot about wrestling. I know nothing about wrestling. Hail Bucky. And Bucky, you got to come on my channel. We'll talk about wrestling, talk about whatever you want. Matt, come back. Devil Flyer, you sent me an IM. You have a campaign launching. John DeVoist, do you have a comic or anything coming out? Abrax, Lacey Lee, Abrax and Lacey Lee. If you guys want to be, you don't have to be a comic creator. I'm talking to fans. I'm setting up a chat with a couple of comic fans who don't have any comics. I just like to talk about comics. So I thought the Beast was always blue. This was the first appearance of the Beast in the furry form. So, go back and check it out, Bucky. And he debuted as gray. And back in the I didn't say what year this was. Okay, let's look at the indicia. What year? 1971. 1971. Can you see that? Yeah, March. Okay. Copyright 1971, March 1972. So in 1972, the limitations, it was hard to do this black. So they started using blue highlights. Sometimes they did purple highlights. And then later on, they decided that he was blue. Like Nightcrawler was originally black. Nightcrawler had black fur. Beast had black fur. Mystique was supposed to be black. And Black Panther, of course, was always black, but they highlighted him blue. It wasn't until really the computerized coloring that they were able to do the coloring process where you could see the details in the art. What is Devil Pliers? I'm a diehard collector. Me too. Speaking of diehard, I'm gonna go see it Wednesday for the first time. It's playing in the movie theaters. So, anybody want to say anything before I close this out? Before I finish this up? Yes, just like Superman's hair was black with blue highlights to symbolize that it was just black hair because of the limitations. Matt, you still around? How you doing, Matt? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Anybody? All right. Oh, Bucky has a random. The Beast once tried his hands at a pro wrestler using a George the Animal Steel. Yes, that was the Thing comic where they had that unlimited wrestling league. Yeah. And Bucky, have you ever played what's it called? Rumble Slam. It's a tactical miniatures wrestling game. I actually have it. Yeah. So I'll see you. Okay. It looks like everybody's winding down. Everybody's leaving. Good. Thank you. Spider-Man's costume was supposed to be black with blue highlights. Yes. Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be red and black, but the blue highlights were just to show that it was shiny and reflective in the light. Yeah. Same thing. It was just the limitations in the art. It was the X-Men's run against you. The X-Men was running against my anus. Oh God, they probably beat my anus. My anus is very slow. Hope you do the other Great Beast issues. Okay. I always put in requests. So lately I've been straying away from doing showcases of comics. So I got to get back to doing that. I've been relying on the conversations because I've been having a lot of fun, and a lot of people have been requesting to be on my channel, and I want to accommodate, especially people that have campaigns. I want to help out, help out as much as possible. You know what I mean? Rising tide floats all boats. The fact that Eric July is making $3 billion on a comic book or 2 comic books or whatever, just shows me that it can be done. So I go, Eric, hit the ground running. Eric July ain't taking any money out of my pocket. Matter of fact, he's causing the eye of Sauron to focus over here. That's a bad analogy. I was gonna say the spotlight over here. So he's bringing more fans our way. So I applaud him. All right. So I'm just rambling. So I will end it here. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm gonna finish my coffee. I'm on vacation. I have nothing to do for 2 weeks but talk to people about comics and read comic books. This is gonna be a wonderful 2 weeks. Thank you, everybody. I'm not going to say Merry Christmas yet because December 22nd, it's the Christmas extravaganza with Tonic Mole and Terry Moore. Yes, you heard that right. Tonic Mole, myself, and Terry Moore, the legendary creator of Strangers in Paradise. Check that out. Okay, last cup. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful Christmas, everyone. I heard him explain. Yep. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody. And I'm going to go because I will ramble for another 20 minutes. It's my biggest weakness is I never stop talking. All right. Bye-bye.